Hello, all you dear ones. Let me see if I need to bring the microphone a little bit closer to me. I'm Gina Libido, Soul Inspired Reflections. I just want to thank everyone who chooses to follow my channel and receive whatever you're meant to receive. And as always, just take what you need, leave the rest. By no means do you need to agree with anything I say or but we can be in a safe place to have different perspectives and bring in our own unique wisdom. This is about unity consciousness, return to oneness of all life, to support you in your integration of your I am presence, the aspects of your soul and all timelines here into this physical body that is you, that is energy, that is highly sensory, and you're feeling everything. So I just like to preface before I move on, I do have a dog, Gus, that some of you see from time to time, and he might bark. Sometimes he barks. So just so you know, I did my best to limit that coming on to the recording. As some of you might know, I am also a Metatron color healing practitioner to support you in your integration and wellness and balance, to return to harmony with whatever is going on with you in this moment. So I just felt really compelled to come on today. And even as I grabbed a Archangel Metatron deck as well, because I haven't used his deck for a while in higher guidance, I felt really compelled to bring out the chakra series of aura spreads created by Amanda Ellis. She has created a beautiful line of supporting aura sprays that just have so much magic and purpose and intention within each bottle, and is charged through the guidance of Archangel Metatron and the archangels and ascended master beings of light and galactic realm, and her own presence that comes through, and her team. So much gratitude to everyone that works there. I know for myself, using the sprays before I became a practitioner to dive deeper into the use of color and frequency and crystal healing. Just to share a little bit about myself, as I do have a background in crystal healing, incorporating that into my body work, aura sprays and things of that nature, and energy work, various modalities to support the body come into harmony and give and receive energy. And I say deep in my practice with color because my first introduction in working with color was when I was taking my self-mastery courses at a local metaphysical shop. And we studied about the 7 sacred rays, which is directly correlated with your primary 7 chakras, that I feel is very foundational for many of us who walk a certain path of ascension, awakening, to learn, because it's part of our light body. It's energy and color is what. Hi, this is Gus, for those of you who have not met him before. It's part of our wellness. So that being said, not to go too far into my background, and also have a background in shamanism and as above, the earth and the light, right? It's all of it, and realize it all works together. And where people take various paths, but I found very quickly that while it presents differently, we're really truly working with the same thing, So let's go ahead and just kind of breathe in and start our session today. And again, thank you for joining. Thank you for your time. Thank you for opening your heart and returning to yourself and higher guidance. Today is 10 9 of 2024. So October 9th of 2024. And it was interesting to me as I went to write the description of this meeting, I wrote 10-9-10. And I looked, I'm all, that is really interesting. And I'm going to keep it that way. Because it bookended the 9. And I chose not to look up the new numerology because I wanted to allow just my presence to and intuition to come through and what that meant for me at this time through that number. And I realized right away, I'm like, okay, the 10, the 9, the 10. And we just came out of the energy, or really the completion of the bookends, I'll call it, of the eclipses and the equinox and the number 9. So when we go with number 6, 9, 12, as many of you may be familiar with, 6, 9, 12, those are also transformation numbers as we evolve from our lower vibrational state and matrix of the 6, evolving into our Christed self 9, and then into our I am presence 12. Those numbers represent that transfiguration, that transformation into our integration of energy and ability and embodiment. So go ahead and let's that was just a little bit about that. And I want to invite us to clear the air and using the Meta Pirate, right? It's really great antibacterial. It just antiviral, and it clears the space so beautifully. I will be using the white sage spray in just a moment. But it feels to me that many of us have a lot of things that are lung related. And also energetically, we're clearing the air. Like some of you may be going through times of conflict or relationships actually being put in a position to end, even if you felt like they should have ended earlier, but now you're really like, boom, this is ending. So we're clearing the air, we're clearing the slate. So symbolically, energetically, I'd like you to center yourself, ground in through the breath, your holy breath, rooting into the heart of the earth, the heart of your bodies, right? Your solar plexus, your sacral, your solar plexus, your heart, your mind, your cosmic heart. Just breathe into the still point of your body. And exhale. This will be a group clearing and activation as we're all walking through this threshold. And there's also that ring of fire energy that has occurred. And just feel that energy of the Meta Pirate spray. It's that version of thieves oil. Breathing it in. And recognizing the turmoil and chaos and tension that you may be feeling through your field, through the quantum, through your own body, through your own life experience. And exhale. I know for myself, my body's been holding a lot of tension, a lot of emotion, a lot of intensity. And it's normal. It's okay. And let's just clear the air, clear the fields, clear your tissues, coming back to your heart, back to your center, back to your center, back to your essence. Because energy must manifest somewhere. We want to alchemize that before it goes into your tissue and manifests elsewhere in the body. I'm also going to go ahead and invite in the white sage for clearing the space, your aura, your fields, and just feel that. And what I love about this white sage spray is there's a hint of mint in it. And it's so uplifting. So uplifting. And I'm going to spray a little bit more of that for you out there and just even just take it in. Excuse me, as I'm draining. Take it in, wash it over you. Just feel yourself receive that purification. Go ahead and clear your field. Throw it into the violet fire or into a lit candle that may be in front of you. If you don't have a lit candle, go get one or just imagine one violet fire on your desk. That's oftentimes what I do when I don't have the physical fire. I use the energy of the violet flame where I will scrape away or put energy as I'm doing clearing. You can command your space and also create other things. There's various techniques. So just use the technique that's right for you. So we're also going to call in the energy of balance today. But first, we're going to just going to clear our chakras. That's it. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do a chakra clearing collectively. And for your highest good in this present moment, whatever you might be feeling, whatever relationships that you have chosen to let go of and surrender these energetic dynamics and weaving that no longer serve your highest good, that limit you from moving forward. And I know myself, I had recently let go of a relationship that I've been wanting to for some time and wasn't speaking to it. And I wanted to try to hold space. So, working on not allowing my relationships to implode and hold the space for all kinds of relationships, which I still do. But some relationships can be more, I'll say, limiting than others and try to hold you back. Because I realized, like, for myself, it was like this very deeper old pattern for myself. And yeah, a deeper pattern for myself. So some of you may be experiencing a deeper pattern of yourself that is rearing its challenging head. And how are you contributing to it? Recognize the patterns that continue to you're drawing in your relationships. And for me, in this particular one, I saw it from early on, and I chose to navigate it differently, which I thought was interesting. So I wanted to see how I could do. I wanted to see where I was at. And what I recognized, because of the dynamic in which the other person was also operating, when you're in such a different level, let me see, how do I want to word this? It's an example of 3D relationships and moving into 5D relationships in the way of communication and interacting. It has nothing necessarily to do with the individual soul. All it did for me was give me the contrast once again, what it's like to be in communication with people that are operating in a 5-dimensional way of living. They're doing their inner work and self-reflection, and they're deepening their awareness practices, but their energy is connecting to the core of the earth, and that energy of the 12D self, their I am presence, is more and more integrated each time. So then your emotional body or your human experience, your 3D identity, does not get in the way when you're communicating, because you're both sovereign and free. So what happens when you're communicating on the fifth dimensional way, and we're going to begin to clear the root chakra right now. Excuse me, Archangel Sandalphon, thank you. We're going to bring his energy in for the roots or the Earth Star chakra. It's this beautiful bronze color. And before I go further, I'm going to bring in Archangel Metatron and his energy and guidance and ascension and self-mastery as well. It's this beautiful color here. And he's like, where have you been, Gina? You've kind of like, yes, you've been working, but you haven't been talking to us lately. And that's true. I have had a different relationship with Archangel's energy and consciousness, right? So look at it collectively as a consciousness of energy in that angelic realm that lives within you. Okay. If that feels right to you. So I've been exploring my own presence and my own stuff, just like any of you, and my own abilities as I integrate my I am presence and communicate more and more with myself and the quantum. And yeah, so back, Archangel Metatron, yes, bring your energy in for all of our highest guidance today. And Archangel Sandalphon, I invite your energy to assist us all return to a grounded state and trust that our divine crystalline cord, we're going to use the silver spray to represent our crystalline cord and to anchor that in to our bodies as we become recalibrated and return to center, return to our presence, return to our divinity and heart coherence of all our hearts. So back to communicating, the difference of communicating from a 5D place is that your body is anchored. Your body is anchored into the Earth Star chakra energy, the crystal core, if you will, where your 12-dimensional blueprint resides. And you are grounding into the celestial heart, your cosmic heart in Andromeda. That is where you're grounding this energy into, and then you're integrating it into the body. But it must be into those 2 points that directly run through your pillar of light and your Hara line and all these components of the 12D shield or your pillar of light, as so many of you hear me talk about. It's I feel, in my opinion, a core practice in teaching and a core practice to do every day to clear your field. And breathing in. In this time of so much upheaval and another level of chaos, the weather patterns in the East Coast, and its relationship to ascension and growth, and how the light always cleans up after the dark. The dark always will continue to, and don't hold on to my choice of words too tightly. I do not want to lose people to semantics. Okay. So pay attention if you're, while I do value word choice, when we hold on to anything too tightly, it loses its message. You interfere with the fluidity of yourself and others potentially. So I invite you to breathe and exhale, relaxing the body. When we are relaxed and find joy, and just invite you to smile, even though it can be an intense time for all of you. Let's all just smile together and bring some laughter in if you can. That is a practice to laugh, and then it becomes a real laugh, and it helps the body move energy through. And because some of you, as myself, may be having a really challenging time with the intensity of these energies. and to be mindful of when things are coming to a head and the potential for conflict. How do you walk through that conflict if it's facing you? How do you walk through even the natural disasters as it's facing you? Hi, Gus. Okay. Our foundation is being rocked. Your sense of security is being rocked. So I want to invite us to recognize any fears that are coming up for you as we together clear. And let's connect to our root chakra now and bring a little bit of energy to that space. But we're also going to bring in the ancestral piece in just a moment, because for some of us, we're having an ancestral clearing in conjunction with the land, with the planet, with the universe. But I'm really feeling called before we move there is to go into our solar plexus a bit. This beautiful golden citrine. Oh, the Earth Star again. Excuse me. Or a little more grounding, I'm being told, for many of us. Breathe that in. Breathe that Earth Star in. Thank you, Santaphone and Metatron, for your assistance. Solar plexus now. It's this beautiful golden citrine color. It's your power center. It's your intuitive center. Directly related. All of it's directly connected. It's all part of oneness. It's all part of one energy, one chakra, one body. I'm also going to bring in the white ray a little bit and loosen that up a little bit more. Some purifying energy, bringing some light there. I invite you to bring your hands over your solar plexus if you're feeling some tension. And also over the heart if you're feeling it gonna go up. It's fun. I haven't worked with this race in this way for a while. Interesting. The one spray that would make it with me is the sacral. So we're going to bring in some purity to the sacral. And we're going to use Archangel Metatron's orange spray and the rose gold spray for the sacral center. It's a highly emotional center of our body. Relationships, trauma is held there. Power directly related with the root, solar plexus, navel. Because these chakras are how we perceive the earthly plane, right? It's also hits fight, flight, or freeze, your fear, sense of safety, things in that. And we're coming into remembering you are always safe, even in times of faced with adversity through natural disaster. And this is not to dismiss what people are going through by any means and the horrific experiences they're having. We're together here in our highest realm, in unity and recognizing all souls are exactly where they are meant to be, to hold the highest level of light. And all souls know their time line in physical body on this planet in this specific time in the space they hold. Okay, the space they hold. So we send love and gratitude to all those souls who have chosen on some level or another to be exactly where they are in this way, because they too are holding the light. They're bringing it forth for all of us as we clear this ancestral piece, right? Part of me, it feels like it's coming in that there's some connection to ancestry there, in relationship to the souls that are there. Right? Some people are drawn to live in certain places. Some may actually have had centuries there, right? But there's a deep history rooted in throughout the planet and throughout land. And we're going to call forth our own collective ancestral healing for humanity, for our own life stream and soul connection, both on our masculine, our patriarchal, and divine feminine sides. That what the aspects of our ancestry healing that lives within each of us, with you, with me, the collective, may be purified and released at this time for the highest good of all. So we call in the I am presence. The I am presence. It's a beautiful bronze and right and purple cosmic gold. Breathe that in. Allow your presence to anchor in a little more deeply, gently, clearing the pathways. You're recalibrating, you're reconnecting in your own divine time through the breath, allowing this beautiful, beautiful auric sprays to assist you in that energetic level, to loosen, keeping your heart open. It's beautiful rose gold spray. Your stellar gateway. Stellar gateway. Assisting you, keeping your heart open and the purity of everything that's coming in, that it may come in harmony and with balance. So we bring in the emerald green ray, harmony and balance through Archangel Raphael. Fifth ray, 6th chakra, third eye. We call on this angelic realm and beings of light to assist us in staying and returning to balance and harmony within the self, within our presence, within life. Also bring in this beautiful, beautiful bluebell bridge spray for those of you that are feeling grief and tightness in the chest and lungs. Grief can hit us so strongly here. And to keep the heart open with love, with grace, with compassion, as best you can for yourself and others. Up, guys. Thank you. Up, come on. Gus is very drawn to everything today. He's on alert a little bit. As what time is it? It's 9:30. I don't know about you. I'm already feeling lighter and more relaxed with the harmony and balance and the bluebell bridge, because I have been feeling grief today too, and it's been coming out through anger and tears. But as we together and individually take steps into this next phase of your organic ascension, Gussie, thank you. Thank you. It is not always an easy walk for us to hold this space. It's challenging. But when you're in the grace of your presence and God, it becomes easier to hold that space for yourself, and especially in times where we're the most challenged. where you are the most challenged. The time to come into unity more and more each day and connect with your I am presence, connect with the collective I am presence, connecting with your soul matrix in the ethers and telepathically. That is the direction we are in and integrating into more and more each day and heading toward as we bring in our highest version of ourself, this planet and humanity. And assist. It's beautiful tanzanite, third eye energy. We're going to clear the third eye, clear our vision, and sweep out what is not necessary for us anymore. So I find it very interesting. I was talking to a friend of mine and about the situation I was going through, and the other person involved in the name was completely wiped out from my memory. And that's when I find you're moving into another thing, because it's gonna just be wiped clean. We're just like, oh yes, I'm going through a reset. So the dynamics and energies that were attached to that particular person no longer can be in your life or situation or what have you. You have an opportunity right now in every moment of the eternal moment of now to let go and surrender and no longer engage from the lower vibrational state. And that is where it kind of brings me back to where I was at in the beginning, the contrast of when any of us are operating in a lower vibrational state, meaning lower than our 5-dimensional self. Because when you're connecting in that more of that 3-dimensional way, it's from the sacral. You get corded into from the sacral chakra into the solar plexus, your position of power, and then then the power struggle starts to happen, and your choices are being manipulated and interfered with. Your energy is literally getting interfered with. And so as I've experienced that and begin to be able to express what is occurring in the energetic body that I couldn't before, this is now how I can see it and then feel it and recognize, oh, when I feel that conflict coming, I'm recognizing there's interference within my light body and it's causing a disruption. So what do I do? What do I do? What do you do when you're feeling in that disruption? Breathing is one. Drawing your energy back into your body and being of light, your pillar of light, because what's happening when you're corded, you're literally being pulled out of your body, your energy. And remember the interactions, it's going to be felt, right? It's going to be felt by both parties. And what I've witnessed over the years, and finally you're coming to more of an understanding to articulate it, is it comes in through the sacral, because that's the desire, it's the sexual piece, and it doesn't matter that men and women both do this. It's a very developed skill that some people learn because they went through some sort of trauma when they were younger, or it's in their soul history. So it was a way to be in power, manipulate and control and gain what they want, and a sense of safety. Now let's just breathe, because that was a lot to say. Okay. So when people are operating in this from this place, it has the potential to have very manipulative relationships that don't last very long, or that become volatile or discordant on a regular basis or very quickly. It can also attract codependent type relationships and things of that nature, depending on what's magnetized in the other person. That type of way of being and dynamic is no longer accepted from an energetic and vibrational perspective into the 5D earth and above. So from my own experience, I'm recognizing the timing of a relationship ending that I've been wanting to end for some time, and then chose to let it play out, speak my piece, give it the space, and then just go, okay, yep, no, I'm complete. We're on the same page. I'm done. And it took me a while to find clear and direct words and not try to defend anything and going back and forth. Because there's nothing to defend or explain in that type of dynamic, because it will take you nowhere. And it will get twisted. It'll get twisted among the truth and then kind of be thrown back at you. They're not pleasant experiences. But what happens from an energetic perspective, your energy gets siphoned and drained, and you get tired and develop colds and potentially illness. Okay, you start to struggle. Your physical body starts to struggle. So let's go ahead and breathe those dynamics out of your field. For some of us, it could be a dark place. So we're going to bring the indigo, midnight indigo, to allow and support you, and even call on Archangel Michael to assist in lighting your way, and or your own guardian that you may want to use to come in and bring the light, and know that you're fully protected while going into your own shadow, into your own darkness, and bringing light there. And what I love about this indigo, midnight indigo, it says the title, the light in the dark, because you are the light in the dark. We are all the light in the dark. And how might we hold that space for all our lovely soul brothers and sisters that are in Florida, that are in North Carolina, and all the spaces in between that are being impacted right now? How might we also hold the light in the dark for our dear beloved brothers and sisters that are there? Breathing in the light in the dark. And also the light to our own self. Be willing to bring the light to your own shadow. As part of self-mastery is to be able to look at yourself and acknowledge your own shadow. Because that's also a lower vibrational state, when you're pointing fingers at everyone else, and it's no one else's fault. It's everyone else's fault, but not yours. You must be able to take accountability and responsibility for your own participation in everything that you do in life. That is part of self-mastery for those of you on a self-mastery path. That is part of ascension, and ascending in your state of being, and part of being humble. To be like, I recognized I behaved a certain way and I'm so sorry. Or even to acknowledge with someone, to be able to speak, going, hey, I notice you're a little stressed right now. What's happening? What's happening? Because deep down, oftentimes people's frustration or anger, emotional state has nothing to do with anything that happened between you. Oftentimes it's something deeper. Sometimes it's something deeper. So you must be able to go inward and be the light in your own shadow. You bring in the throat spray because I can feel some tension in our throats. Now, as well as the higher heart. So here's the higher heart and the thymus gland that helps us with our metabolism. And we're just going to bring in some white here because I believe I also left the throat spray in the other room. So we're going to bring in that white ray of purity. And also imagine the violet ray. We're going to bring in a little bit of the sage. There we go. That helped a lot. Big breath in and exhale. Relaxing the shoulders. Some of you may need to move the body around. Now let's go ahead and do that. Movement helps the body move energy. So sit here, knowing you are fully supported in the dark with the lights. You bring in the new dawn energy. Bring in this golden energy, this golden light, this new dawn, as it is indeed a new dawn as this next phase of ascension continues to take hold of into this golden era. Well, it may not feel very gold because of the chaos. This is to support you to return to balance, recognize your own inner chaos, and return to trust, return to faith, return to your divinity. Return to the balance of your divine feminine, as we call them, Mary Magdalene and the divine feminine. And you look at those beautiful colors. Something I love using this modality and blend it in often. Bringing in that beautiful magenta. Some of you may be feeling heat through the forehead or other areas of the body. Just go ahead and take some water or tea or something to hydrate. Anchor in. We're going to ground a little bit more. Take that breath down deep into the heart of the earth as you are rebuilding your tree of life in different phases of this tree of life that you are, that lives within you, and you're purifying your entire root system, your entire foundation. As we are in this fall season, we are all being asked to shed many, many layers and are going through what some may feel as another level of death. And for some of you may not feel that. Some of you may feel very liberated and free during this time. And some of you may be feeling the ebb and flow of that. I feel of both of those energies. And it can feel and give the impression of, I would say, mental instability or emotional instability. And just know you're okay. Use your resources and breathe. Spending time in nature is really vital if you're safe to do so. Obviously, being around people at the same resonance as you, frequency as you, I would say, is very important. And you will know right away when you are not in that, because it will just you'll feel it, and your interactions will have the potential to express that. So I'm gonna open, let's see, in the alternator spray at all today. No, that's more on an individual basis. So you, on your own individual basis, connect to your altar major, check in with your I am presence for you at this time for clearing. Do protect it. We are going to protect that. We'll put some of the silver cord in there, silver, light, and platinum. You can even wear a scarf, like a lavender scarf, over your neck and protecting that altar major. It's at the base and back of your head. It's the mouth of God. It's a very important chakra in conjunction with the 8th chakra, the higher heart, in ascension and your connection. Without these 2 chakras open and purified, you cannot ascend within the body. It becomes very challenging. You plateau, right? So that's why it's up to you in this collective healing and clearing and integration. Check in with your I am presence if you are meant to have this opened right now. I check in when I use this phrase and I get a yes or a no. So I had a no. So that's why I said it there. But it's an invitation to you to check in with your body, your system, if you have a yes on your own to do that work. But for all of us, it's still a center to be protected, and you clear it and to connect with it in your own divine time. Beautiful. And now that we're going to just take a few more breaths here. We're going to bring in this beautiful Rainbow Bridge spray. It's the expansion spray, but I believe it's now called the Rainbow Bridge spray. I could be wrong in that. It's been a while since I've looked at some of the upgraded ones. But many of us right now are going through another upgrade and expansion. So we're going to invite this to support us in our upgrade and expansion. Thank you, Archangel Metatron, and your legions of archangels. Thank you, presence, ascended masters, and beings of light. Go ahead and breathe in and exhale. Allow this new version of yourself to come through as gracefully as possible, to hold the light for yourself, to hold the light for our dear brothers and sisters and souls, and know when to surrender, know when to let go. Listen deeply, listen deeply, listen deeply. Beautiful. I feel the energy lighter for many of you, for your spaces, for my space, for our dear ones, because we're all family. We're all trying to and are doing the best to navigate this time as light workers, star seeds, whichever label you identify with. It's okay. Again, just use it loosely. Don't over identify. That can create a separation. It's all energy. It's all a way to connect with the same thing. And let's just take this moment that we've created together and just be in stillness with the breath. We connect, dear Father, Mother, God, and Holy Spirit, I am present. The Midmaster teachers, and angelic realm that all resides within me in the universe and the planet. Assist in this calibration of light and integration of light into holy breath. And when you're ready, come back to this space. If you've chosen to close your eyes, come back to your body. Take notice how you feel. Do you feel lighter? Do you feel more relaxed, uplifted, whatever that may be for you? And know that you are the light. You are the light. It resides within you, resides within everything. Take time to take care, to connect, to rest, nourish yourself. Much love to you. I'm Gina Gus, Soul Inspired Reflections, and have a really, really blessed day. As I look at the cards here, let me check in with them. I pulled cards. I didn't like pull cards, but I grabbed decks. And does any of the decks want to say anything? Okay. No, we're good. Well, let me check it. Does the Metatron deck have anything for us today? No. Okay, maybe the energy of the decks just wanted to be found. So we had the herbal energy deck that a dear friend of mine gave me, herbal astrology. It's a beautiful deck. We have the Golden Age, Golden Future by Diana Cooper, and Gateway of Light Activation Oracle. And it's a beautiful, they're all beautiful decks. So those energies were here with us as well. We just were not called to pull from those decks just yet, but I just want to double check here. And one card, Metatron. Anything? No, nothing. We're good. All right, beautiful. Thank you. And I want to thank Archangel Metatron, Soundaphon, the Angelic Realm, Raphael, the Divic Kingdom, the Ascended Master Teachers, the Elohim, my I am presence, your I am presence, the collective I am presence, and your open hearts. We're all trying to navigate a very tough time, and this is a gift for all of you to recalibrate and re-energize. Much love to all of you. Again, my name is Gina, Soul Inspired Reflections. I love you. I love you deeply. I love all of you. And have a really, really blessed day. Second.